About 6 months ago, I decided to turn my smartphone into a modern dumb phone. My purpose was simple. I wanted a tool and not a medium for mindless entertainment. And I wanted to do this in 3 specific ways. Number 1, I wanted to make my phone as boring as possible. Number 2, I wanted to make it an input-only device. And number 3, I wanted to create as much friction as possible from accessing distracting websites and applications. Today, I want to spend time on one of the most important aspects of doing this, and that is staying consistent. Now, one of my favorite parts about still having a smartphone that I can dumbify instead of a light phone or a flip phone is that these modern tools are available to me when I need them, but I don't want them to be a distraction. So I've been traveling a lot this summer for work. I've been busy in and out, and I've needed a lot of different apps and a variety of things as I've been working. But when I'm home and I'm trying to focus and edit and all of those different things, my phone can become a distraction with all of that excess on it. So what I've done to remedy this is during my weekly planning session every Sunday afternoon, I sit down and I reset the phone back to its defaults. Now, I've intentionally let this build up for a few weeks because I want to show you a larger scale version of what this looks like. I feel like, to me at least, this is a very balanced way of approaching a dumb phone while still having all the tools I need when I need them. So welcome to my iPhone 11. When I open the phone by default, I still have just screen time available in front of me. It's a really good reminder of how much time I'm spending on my phone. If I swipe to the left, I have my fitness information and the weather so that I can check that quickly. And then if I swipe right, I have my app drawer over here. Now, the first thing I want to do is go through the apps and delete some of the recently added ones that I've needed for a variety of things. So first, let's go into my recently added and see what's in here. Okay, Chrome, do not need. Discord, I needed that for one specific conversation. That conversation is completed. Trying a new authenticator app, GoPro app, do not need that. I will use that for one shoot. Instagram, I've been leaving this on my phone sometimes and turning it off sometimes. I'm in a spot right now where I do want to leave it on, but I will show you how I limit my usage of that. Monitor and control, these are for the Sony cameras that I can actually turn this into a monitor, but I haven't done that firmware update yet because I've seen some people online having some issues with it. So I'm not ready for that yet, let's delete that. Adobe Scan, I've tried a few different scanning applications. I do not need this one. I do want to keep Cam Scanner, that's the one I decided to use. If you guys know a better option for this that is inexpensive or free, let me know. QFile Pro, this is how I remotely access my network attached storage. The thing I edit off of, this is a leftover from my production company, and it's very handy to have for personal use, but super overkill. Teams, I had a couple Teams meetings I had to hop on, do not need that. VLC, I found that playing media on here off of QFile Pro is just fine. Wanderlog, I'm going to hang on to. We are just about to do some traveling and our trip itinerary is on there. YouTube Studio, I've been leaving on there to check analytics of this channel. I don't think I want to do that because I tend to get distracted by it. So I'm going to delete that for now. Okay, I don't even know what that is, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, so now I've cleaned out all the apps I don't need on my phone. Now I'm going to turn back on Burnout Buddy. So Burnout Buddy is the tool I use to block everything on here. Basically, I have this schedule set to happen every day but until 5 p.m. and then from 6:30 p.m. until midnight. And so I have an hour-and-a-half gap where social media is open. That's after the time I'm done working. Usually I don't want to spend my time on social media during that time though. I'd rather be doing something else like spending time outside or something like that. And so I found my usage of social media on the phone very low, but it does give me an opportunity kind of right at the end of my workday to respond to things like direct messages and that type of thing. Part of this, I need to go in and select what content I want to block. So for example, I have 7 individual applications blocked and 3 individual websites. I think I have like Reddit, YouTube, and I don't remember what else, but some other distracting website blocked specifically so that even if I'm on the browser, I can't access those. And then applications, those would be distracting things that could get in my way. Schedule every single day. I don't set up a daily usage limit because to me that is just the wrong type of thing to do when I'm trying to be intentional about how my days look versus just, oh, I happen to waste 25 minutes or an hour on Instagram or whatever. So I don't use the daily usage limit. I use the schedule instead because I can be more intentional with that. The other cool thing is strict mode. If you're struggling with this makes you go through a series of really annoying things to overcome it, but it gives you an opportunity to do that if you need to in case of emergency. So strict mode, I'm gonna leave that off because I don't personally struggle with that. There have been a time or two that I've turned it on if I felt myself kind of getting sucked back in. So turn that off and then publish, and it's processing. Great, so now it's blocking. So now you can see Instagram is blocked out, and if I try to go to Instagram, it'll just give me a nice little setup here that I have to back out of. The next thing I do is I set up an accessibility feature on my phone to triple click home button so that it's in black and white mode. I spend most of my time in black and white mode. It was in black and white mode before I started the video, but it's kind of hard to look at a black and white phone. That's the whole point. It's really boring. The last time I did this, I'd used an app that just had a list of features on here. I don't care that much. I've just gotten really good at swiping down to search what I need to search for. The last thing I want to do on here is adjust my notifications. And then I'm gonna go through, and as a reminder, I have a scheduled summary for the things I want to get a notification about but don't want to be disrupted by at 8 a.m. and one at 5:01. Once I'm done with work for the day. Instagram, I do like to see that I got a DM or something, so I have that in my scheduled. So notifications are reset. Everything on here is reset, and now my phone is a distraction-free tool. So there it is. That is how I reset my phone every single week to be as much of a distraction-free tool as it possibly can be. Now, I know this won't work for everyone, but this is just what's worked for me, and I will keep adjusting and tweaking this. If I make any significant adjustments to this, I will let you know. Thanks for hanging out with me this week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.